Dear students, in microcontroller and applications course, the practical number 8 is related to serial communication. Here it is being asked that write an ALP, that is assembly language program, to transfer 8-bit data serially on serial port. A single character is to be transmitted over serial port of 805. Now before proceeding to the programming part, let us first revise the basic concepts of serial communication. 8051 microcontroller has a serial port. There are two different pins which are devoted for serial communication related work. First one is RxD, which is alternate function of P3.0 pin. It is used for receiving the data serially. One more pin, which is TXD pin, is used for transmitting the data serially, and that pin is the alternate function of P3.1 pin. So these two pins helps us in communicating with other devices in serial communication manner, and as separate pins are for transmission and a separate pin is for reception, 8051 supports full duplex serial communication. Apart from pins, there are other special function registers which are related to serial communication operation. SCOM is one of the register which is used to set the modes of serial communication, and it also has the serial communication related flag. Out of 4 modes of serial communication, 2 modes, that is mode 1 and mode 3, these modes are variable baud rate mode. It means that user can set the baud rate of serial communication according to his or her choice, and for setting the baud rate, 8051 uses timer 1 in mode 2. So timer 1 in mode 2 is used to set the baud rates of serial communication. By changing the values loaded in TH1 register, we can change the baud rate of serial communication. Now let us move to the programming part. So the program which we have to write is that we have to write an assembly language program to transfer 8-bit data serially on serial port. Before proceeding to the programming part, let us assume that we have to transmit that data with a speed of 4800 bits per second. So baud rate is 4800. Now what steps we need to follow so as to write the program? So we will first discuss about the algorithm. As we want to take the help of timer 1 in setting the baud rate, so first thing we will do is we will set the timer 1 in mode 2, and TMOD register is responsible for setting the timer 1 in mode 2. So the format of TMOD register is shown here. Out of 8 bits, timer 0 has no role in serial communication. So timer 0 related lower order 4 bits, they are set as 0000. As far as higher order 4 bits are concerned, these 2 bits, that is M1 and M0, they are responsible for setting the mode of timer, and in serial communication mode 2 is used. So in order to configure timer in mode 2, M1 should be 1 and M0 should be 0. The next bit is whether you want to use the timer as a counter or timer. Here I want to use the timer as a timer, so 0 will be written here. So this will configure timer as a timer, and gate bit will decide whether a timer is to be controlled with instructions alone or with the help of instructions as well as some external hardware. Now I want to control the timer through the program, that is instruction. So I will make the gate bit as 0. So form the group of 4 bits. So this comes to be 2 in hexadecimal and 0000. So this will be 0 in hexadecimal. So what does it mean? That it means that when I load 20H value in TMOD register, timer 1 is configured in mode 2. So this is the first step, and parallelly what we will do, we will start writing the program. So for program development, kill ID is used. The icon of Keil ID is shown here. Double click the icon. The Keil integrated development environment gets open. Now first thing is you need to create the project. So click the project menu and click new Microvision project. Now name the project. So I will name the project as serial and save the project. Now once the project is saved, the next step is to select the device. So which device you want to select? So I want to use a microcontroller manufactured by Atmel Corporation, and I will use AT89S51 series of microcontroller. So Atmel AT89S51 microcontroller is selected, then click the OK button. Here click the No button. So the startup code is not copied in the main project. The next step is click the file menu and click the new. A editor window gets open where I can type the program. Now it is better practice to save the program first. So click the save button and save the program with the extension of ASM, as the program is to be written in assembly language. Once the program is saved, one more step is necessary, that right click the source group 1 and click on add existing files to group source group 1. From this window, change the file type as ASM source file, because I want to add that assembly language program file to the project, and search the file. So serial.asm is the name of the file. Click it, click the add button, click the close button and check whether this file is added or not. So this file is added. As usual, every program, assembly language program, begins with the assembly directory org0000h. Now as discussed earlier, the first thing is we want to configure timer 1 in mode 2, and for that purpose we have to load 20H in tmod register. As we just discussed that 20H is the value which should be loaded in tmod register. So the first thing we have done is we have loaded 20H in tmod register so that timer 1 is configured in mode 2. The next step is to set the baud rate of 4800. Now I want to transmit the character A, capital A, at the speed of with the speed of 4800. Now there are different values corresponding to different baud rates, and these are shown here. So as I want to transmit the data with a speed of 4800, I should load TH1 with the value of -6, or alternatively I can load the TH1 with a hexadecimal number FAH. So FAH is same as that of -6. So the next instruction which I will write is loading of TH1 register with the corresponding value. So 0FA is the value. So timer related part is now over. Now what is the third step? So third step is move 50H in SCON register. Now why to move 50H? Now let us discuss about the serial communication register, which is SCON register. As timer has 4 modes, serial communication also has 4 modes, and out of those 4 modes I am particularly interested in mode 1 of serial communication. Mode 1 is 8-bit UART with variable baud rate. So how to achieve the mode 1? You have to make this SM0 bit as 0 and SM1 bit as 1, so that serial communications mode 1 is configured. SM2 bit is used for multiprocessor communication. I am not interested in multiprocessor communication, so I will make it as 0. Reception is to be enabled, so REN bit is made 1, and these TB8 and RB8, these are related to mode 2 and mode 3, where 9-bit communication is performed. So I will make them 0, and initially this TI and RI flag also are made 0. Again form the group of 4 bits, 0101, which is 5 in hexadecimal. Similarly 0000, it is 0 in hexadecimal. So what is the value? 50H is the value which should be loaded in SCON register so as to configure mode 1 of serial communication. So let us write that instruction. Move SCON hash 58. So mode 1 of serial communication is selected. So we have done with this third step. Now it's time to start the timer 1. So set bit by setting the TR1 bit of TCON register, we can start the timer. So set B TR1. This instruction will start TR1. It means timer 1 run bit. By making this bit 1, we start the timer. So timer is now started and it has started generating the baud rate. Now what is the next thing that should be done? Now what data I want to send or transmit? I want to send the capital A outside the microcontroller through TXD pin. In order to transmit the data serially, we should load that data in SBUF register. Which data is to be loaded? The capital A is to be loaded in SBUF register. So I will write the instruction move SBUF, that is serial buffer register, and in single inverted comma I will write capital A. So this instruction will move the capital A data in SBUF register. It will move into SBUF register. It means that it will start transmitting the bits of capital A serially through TXD pin. So serial communication has actually begun now. Now how you will come to know that whether all bits of capital A are transmitted or not? By checking the TI flag. So this sixth step is wait till last bit is transmitted. Now how we come to know that whether last bit is transmitted or not? By checking the TI flag. TI is transmit interrupt. When all 8 bits are transmitted and it is followed by stop bit. So when all 8 bits are transmitted, then TI flag becomes 1. And if the process of transmission is still on or the bits are not transmitted, then TI flag will be 0. Let us assume that TI flag is 0, means serial communication is still going on. In that case, what I will do? I will jump to the level here. So I will wait. In short, as long as TI flag is 0, the same instruction is repeated number of times. After a certain interval, all 8 bits of capital A will get transmitted and TI flag will become high. Now when this instruction will be executed, it will check the status of TI flag, and as TI flag is now become high, so this instruction will be not jumping to the here level. Instead it will go to the next instruction. Means what we have done? We have checked the status of TI flag, we waited till TI becomes 1, and once TI becomes 1, means once data is transmitted, we have proceeded to the next instruction. So what is to be done? We have to clear the TI flag. So clear TI flag. And if you want to send the same character one more time, then what you will do? You will write sjump repeat, and that repeat label will be written here. So capital A will be transmitted for second time, and this process will go on and on. But what I want to do? I want to transmit capital A only for single time. Then I will just write sjump $symbol. So I will not repeat. It means that it is as good as halting the program, and it is followed by the end directive. So this will end the program. Now as we are done with the programming part, let us save it and check for build target. At the bottom we will come to know that our program has 0 errors and 0 warnings. So as program is error free, let us do one more setting. Click the option for target button and enter the frequency of crystal. The crystal frequency is 11.0592. I am using on chip ROM, so I will take this, and in output menu click on this create hex file. So this is particularly, these steps are particularly needed if you are performing practical on hardware, or if you are simulating it in a simulator like Proteus where hex file is needed. Again, save it and build target. Now what I want to do, I want to simulate the program in the Keil itself. So the first step is to click the debug menu and click on start stop debug session. For serial communication, I will need a UART window or serial window. Click on the view menu. In serial window, click on UART number 1, that is serial port 1, and here you will find that UART1 window appears. The data which is transmitted will appear on this UART window. So now let us run the program. To run the program, you have to click the debug menu followed by run, and let us observe the output. Here I have found that the capital A which I have transmitted has appeared in UART window. And if you want to view the status of other special functions registers, then in that case you have to click the peripheral and followed by serial. So this serial channel gets opened, which shows the status of SCON. 50 was the value which was loaded. SBUF 41H actually hex code or ASCII code of capital A. So 41H means capital A. One more window can be viewed, that is timer 1 window. As timer 1 is used for setting the baud rate, tick on Tmod, TH1, TL1, this value you can verify. And as a single character is transmitted, we have verified that whatever the program logic we have developed, it is working perfectly fine. Now let us modify the program. Before modifying, click on the debug button and click stop. Click debug button and click on start stop debug session. Now what I want to do, instead of transmitting capital A once, I want to transmit it repeatedly. So sjump RPT is written, means it will unconditionally jump to the label RPT, and that label RPT is written before the instruction move sbuf #A, means it will send A one more time. It will check whether A is transmitted or not. Once A is transmitted, TI flag is cleared. Again it will unconditionally jump here, and the same process will go on and on and on. It means that capital A will be transmitted number of times until you stop the program. So as changes in the programs are made, save the program and click on build target and check for any errors. There are no errors. So let us now start running the program. First step is debug, start stop debug session. So this windows, serial window is shown here, serial channel is shown here, and timer counter register is shown here. The next step is debug and run. And you can visualize here that in serial window you will find that capital A is continuously getting transmitted over TXT pin, because I have written it in unconditional loop. So as long as the program is running, capital A is getting transmitted over serial port of microcontroller. So in this way we can verify that how to transmit a data once or how to transmit the data number of times repetitively. Let us stop the program and then let us stop the debugging session. Now this is the program where a single character was transmitted. Now I want to modify the same program, and instead of transmitting a single character, I want to transmit a string of character. Say I want to transmit 3 words, yes, that is YES. So what changes I need to make in the program? Timer will have the same role, serial communication will have the same role. So what I need to do is I should first store that string which is to be transmitted in memory, and for storing the string I will require the help of DB directive. DB is a defined by directive which is used for storing the data in code memory. Now what data is to be stored? The three letters YES. So these three letters will be stored in three different memory locations. Capital Y will be stored in 0100, capital E will be stored in 0101, and capital S will be stored in 0102. Now why I have not written these three characters here? If I had written instead of storing those characters in memory, if I had written them in the program, then program length would have been larger. So in order to limit the size of program, store the data or to store the characters, store the string in memory. Three characters are to be transmitted. So I will need a counter. So R1 register is taken as a counter and it is loaded with the value 03. Once a single character is transmitted, I will decrement it by 1. If second character is transmitted, I will again decrement it by 1. So by checking the counter after each decrementation, I will come to know whether all characters are transmitted or not. So R1 is loaded with 03. The next thing is DPTR is a memory pointer which will point to the code memory where the string is stored. And what is the location where string is stored? It is 0100. So load the data pointer with 0100H, that is the starting address of the lookup table. MOVC instruction is to be used. So I have to write a instruction which will first clear the accumulator. And now let me delete it first. Then load the value from lookup table or load the first character from lookup table into accumulator. So for that purpose, the instruction written is MOVC A, @ A plus DPTR. What will it do? It will first add the content of accumulator with DPTR. Accumulator contents are 0 because CLR A will clear the content of accumulator. So 0 is added with the value in DPTR. What is the value in DPTR? The value in DPTR is the memory location where first data is stored, that is 0100. So 0 plus 0100, it will be 0100. And @ means content of memory location 0100. What is the content of memory location 0100? It is capital Y. Where it is moved? It is moved in accumulator. So capital Y is moved in accumulator. Now where you want to move it? You want to move it over TXD pin, or you want to transmit it over TXD pin. So it should be sent to the SBUF register. So content of accumulator, that is capital A, is moved into SBUF. It is moved into SBUF. It means that it is transmitted over TXD pin of microcontroller. The transmission is begun. And how you will come to know whether all 8 bits of capital A are transmitted? Same by checking the TI flag. So as long as TI flag is 0, it means that total 8 bits of capital Y are not transmitted. So wait here. Once TI becomes high, it means that capital Y is completely transmitted. So go to the next instruction, clear TI. And as I want to transmit the next character, so I should increment the DPTR, that is memory pointer, so that it will point to the next memory location where next character is stored. DPTR was originally 0100. One character is transmitted, so it is incremented by 1 and it is now pointing to 0101. It is pointing to memory location 0101, means it is pointing to the second character, that is Y. Out of 3 characters, 1 character is transmitted. So decrement the counter by 1. DJNZ R1. Decrement the value in R1 by 1. So 3 now becomes 2. And jump to the label repeat if it is not 0. Now 3 is decremented by 1, it becomes 2. Is 2 equal to 0? No. As counter is not 0, it means that we have not transmitted all characters. So we have to repeat and jump to the clear accumulator. So this instruction will clear the content of accumulator because accumulator was holding the capital Y. So it will become now 0. Execute this instruction. A is 0, DPTR is 0101. So 0 plus 0101, that is 0101. So it is pointing to the capital E, and move it to the accumulator. Send it over TXDP. Wait till all 8 bits are sent. Clear the flag. Point to the next memory location, that is 0102. Decrement counter by 1. From 2 it will become 1. As 1 is not 0, it will go here, and the third character will also get transmitted in the same manner. And once 3 characters are transmitted, decrement R1. So R1 will now become 0, and as R1 is 0, it will not jump to the RPT level. Instead, it will go to the next instruction. And what I want to do? I want to stop. So this program will transmit the string capital S serially at 4800 baud rate over TXD pin of microcontroller. Now as changes are made in the program, let us save the program and let us click the build target and check for any errors. So there are no errors. What is the next step? The next step is to simulate the program. For that purpose we have to start debugging. Debug, start debug. Click OK. Now this window is to be observed and capital S should get displayed here when I run the program. Now I will run the program. So debug and press run, and you can view here that capital YES appears here. So capital S, a string containing 3 characters, it is getting transmitted over TXD pin and it is appearing on UART port. Let us stop the program and let us stop the debugging session. Now what I want to do, I want to transmit more character. Suppose instead of yes, I want to transmit the string welcome all over the serial port. Now welcome all, welcome word contains 7 characters, all word contains 3 characters, and there is a space in between. So 7 plus 3 plus 1, it is 11. So how much counter should be taken? It should be taken 11. You can either write 11 or you can write 0B in hexadecimal, because 0B is as good as 11 in decimal. Now let us build target and check for any errors. There are no errors. The first step to debug is start debugging, click OK, and now run the program. Debug, run, and you can view here that welcome all string is getting transmitted over TXD pin of microcontroller. So in this way, number of characters can be transmitted over TXD pin of microcontroller. So this is how serial communication, particularly serial transmission, works. A single character was initially transmitted, a single character was transmitted continuously, then 3 characters, that is S string, was transmitted, and finally we transmitted the string welcome all. So this is all about serial communication of 8051 microcontroller. Thank you very much.